Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan battle video. In this video we're going to take a look at the Legendary Carnival summons that you can obviously perform and which banner you should consider performing your summons on in terms of Dragon Stones. So there's two Legendary Carnival banners up. There's a Gohan Kid and a Goku. I've previewed both units and both are pretty good. I think Gohan's slightly better, but Goku has more categories, so you can kind of pick and choose based on what you want. Now, obviously for me, personally speaking, if we take a look at Gohan's banner, I think you can kind of say both units are even in terms of desire, I guess. It's very similar to the 8th anniversary banners when I looked at them. So I'm not going to compare the two headlining units. We have Metal Cooler being an obvious option from the worldwide celebration, who will be reciprocated with a Bird Coup on the other side. We have merged INT Zamasu, a very solid unit, very good in terms of bringing the Goku Black Rose team kind of together on a future extreme side of things. A unit that does kind of need dupes due to his level of damage reduction, and a similar thing with Vegeta, who has Guard. Both of these units kind of need dupes. Goku and Piccolo, a personal favorite unit of mine who I've never managed to pick up, and Krillin and Gohan. Goku and Piccolo are actually really quite solid, whereas Piccolo and Gohan and Krillin are a little bit out of date, just in terms of links. Tech, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, Icarus and Gohan, Strength, Movie Hero Piccolo, and Heart Virus Goku all kind of round out everything. Icarus and Gohan, not really one to talk about, but Strength Piccolo and the Heart Virus Goku are both exceptional tanks. The Tech Super Saiyan 2 Gohan is a little bit aged, but still pretty good offensively. Gohan and Krillin are a bit wonky link-wise, but then the rest of the LRs I would say are pretty much really good. I think all of them are really solid. I think Vegeta is maybe the least solid out of all of them, but I think after one dupe he becomes, an incredibly reliable unit, at least from my side. Metal Cooler's pretty good. Again, he relies on raw defense, so maybe also needs a dupe. But yeah, that's basically it. Basically it for looking at the Gohan banner. So essentially super straightforward. Now we have the Legendary Summon banner for Goku. Again, Goku very comparable to Gohan, on slightly more categories, but for me a slightly less usable leader skill, although still much more solid after all the buffs that's received. But yeah, pretty good. Then we have Bird Coup, probably slightly better than Metal Cooler, at least for me in terms of usability. Bit more flexible, leader skills pretty good, but he himself is really, I think a bit better. The Tech Goku Gohan comparative to Merged and Zamasu, bit different units, but their team is probably more accessible than Merged Zamasu's is. Overall, they probably are, I would say, on a far more accessible team, but with that being said, Merged in Zamasu probably the better individual unit. Then you have the Kaioken Goku, offensively way better than Vegeta. Then we have the INT Goku and Vegeta. This is actually a really good unit. It's a Planet Namek Saga LR, and they're actually really good. AGL Golden Frieza is also really quite good, and I think him being switched over to this banner was quite a good decision. And Strength UI Goku, who very similar to Tech Gohan has aged a little bit, but is still a very good unit, but he has aged a little bit. He's an evasion unit though, so he always has his usability. Then we have AGL Vegeta, who's actually really quite solid as an SSR. I think he's an underrated SSR. We have Tech Gifted Warriors Goten, who's a solid support, and we have Tech Krillin, who's also a solid support. I think overall you don't need to compare the SSRs too much, although I will say Heart Virus Goku and Piccolo are definitely good tanking options if you're looking for those. Vegeta is probably one of my favorite out of the bunch, alongside Strength Piccolo on the other banner. UI Goku is probably a bit more usable than the Tech Gohan, if I'm being honest, just because he has evasion. And evasion is, still pretty good. AGL Golden Frieza, also really quite solid. As a unit, very strong defensively and probably on the strongest extreme team. Then we have Vegeta and Goku. We have Kaioken Goku, we have Tech Goku Gohan, and of course we have the headliners. For me, if I'm looking purely at the LR units, barring the AGL Golden Frieza and the Goku, I think the other banner has the better collection of LR units, at least for me, just in terms of longevity and usability. I think they're probably the better ones overall. With that being said, I do think, at least for me, that, I was just, okay, well there's discounts on both, there's discounts on both banners. So obviously there's an incentive to possibly do one run on each banner. If you can, I think that would be ideal in terms of the situation, just because there's discounts and there's also the additional bonus, and I think both of those are probably what I would advise most players do. I think you should at least try to get a round of discounts on each banner. I think it's going to be something that's definitely worth it in terms of value, because Carnival banners don't come around very often. So although there's a lot of LR units on here, it's pretty much a limited opportunity to get green coins. It's also a relatively limited opportunity to grab yourself, the actual LRs themselves. And so, when it comes to green coins, don't spend them on legendary units. Let's be real. Don't spend them on legendary units. Spend them on the Carnival banner units. But yeah. So we're just going to balance things out, by the way, by doing a summon on this one. So yeah, if we're looking at banner to summon on, personally I would say I'm probably going to summon on the Gohan banner. There's more value there for me. Obviously, if you have all those LRs, you might find Goku's banner to have more value. But for me, as a person who probably has an equal amount of LRs to obtain on each banner, I'm probably going to go for the Gohan one. I think overall it just serves a bit better and has a bit more pieces for certain teams I want to put together, whereas the Goku banner has some really good pieces, but for less teams. That's it from me. Bye.